Okay, so in this video, let's talk about frames, frame sizes, and frame alignment. We have just made it. We had made a patch screen, right, in one, and then we have also then made this multi-tab screen layout that has the two tabs, and we can just toggle between them. You can also just use the tab key of your keyboard, right? And it will tab between the two tabs. It's another way to bounce around. We can add a third tab, right? We can add as many tabs as we like. Let's add, I don't know, fader, moving light. Let's add a virtual keyboard tab, right? So now we have a virtual keyboard tab, and we have our playback display. See how nice and big it is. Okay, so this is great. So I can move around this, but how do I make frames? Okay, so to configure this screen layout into 3 separate tabs, what we want to do is we'll go up and we'll select this screen configuration monitor. And if we click here, we're going to see that we get our displays list just like we had and our controls list, but we also have frame layouts, right? So this is a way to make a split frame, right? To where there are 2 columns, right? And we come over here and you can see the 2 columns arranged above and below, 3 columns next to each other. And let's go ahead and select that. So if I select 3 columns, you'll see that I now have all 3 tabs are in the first frame, and I can add additional tabs here if I want, or I can move these tabs, right? I can move the playback display tab, and I can move that over, right, by using my virtual keyboard and saying tab, right, and then page right. So let's say tab. That didn't work. Maybe on my regular keyboard I'll say tab and then use my right arrow. Yes. So that moves that virtual keyboard over 1 column. I can do that again. Tab and then the right arrow of my keyboard will move it over again. Now, in this instance, let's go ahead now and move our live table display over 1, right? And now I have my cue list in 1 frame, my live table in the center frame, and my virtual keyboard, even though it's shrunk a little weird, in the right frame. So 3 separate frames that are out here. Now I can also resize these. In particular, this one is a little weird. So if I click on this configuration monitor again, you'll see that I have these resize the frames. And if I click here, I get these arrows. And by dragging these arrows around, I can resize the frame so to whatever size that I want. To get rid of these frames, click anywhere away from the resize, and now that's saved. I can go back to my first monitor display, which is my home, and I can go to this display which I built. So that's a little bit about frames and resizing them. I can add additional tabs into each one of these frames as I need or as I want. So it's a way to configure your displays so that you can more easily see your work.